And they will give their own lecture. So you have to keep things very basic, to kirtan, chanting, like that. Just do whatever you can do. I mean, projecting it from the atmosphere in this temple would be quite incompatible. It's just nice to see sometimes that people is not doing something, going in the right direction. You have to see it like this. They are not there, but they go in the right direction. There will be a time when communities like this will be, on the top of the agenda. I just even show it in Denmark because I think Denmark is one of the places where such a thing would be really good to have. But you need people for that. Nobody told them to do this. Actually, the main devotee you saw who produced this prasadam, 20 years ago, he asked me in Prague, when the Czech Yatra started, he asked me, I would like to surrender and live in a temple. And I look at him and say, but you're married, what? What are you doing? Yeah, well, I'm just producing some, I would like to produce prasadam. He was fascinated by this prasadam, right? I thought, that's a great idea. So he invites me all the time because he said, I remember what you were talking to me 20 years or 15 years ago. You told me not to live in a temple. What a preaching. Anybody else told me you must surrender now and live in a temple and give everything up. You and my future, Kadamagana Maharaj, my future spiritual master, you two told me, go there where you were born. And he said, yeah, I have a house there, but yeah, I have a house, I was born there, these stupid farmers there. And you told me, then just do something there. So he said, it was amazing, because now I can understand, if I would be against my nature, move in a city, try to live in a temple. I mean, look at this devotee, it's like, he not only likes to produce prasadam, he likes to eat it too. This is, by the way, some of his products. This is quite spectacular. This is a very, very little fraction. He has like 60 products. This you throw in a hot milk and you have a like porridge. This you throw in a cup with hot water and you have a soup with everything in it. Noodle and and spices, and it's all like this. In 5 seconds. It's called fast food. And then I have these. This is pressed on a machine, pressed fix bars.
We
And
should
then
make Photoshop like that.
Huh?
We should make Photoshop like that.
Yeah. It's called Damodar, his company. And yeah, this is on the same principle. This is for Ekadashi. Grain free.
Is there pizzas in there?
Huh?
Pizzas?
Huh?
Pizza?
No, they don't.
Sabji?
But if you tell him that, he will produce something like this. He even develops machines himself. It's basically actually dehydrated, that's all. He just takes the water out of this, that's all. And the rest is just not... And of course people like that, it's like, they don't even have to stop in McDonald's, we can do this, and then, it's the time now, everybody's in the mood, like this. I mean, personally, I would not die for a soup like this. I tried, it was the time I lived on that, but, not question of taste, it's not like a fresh vegetable, really. You cannot come to that platform, but it's really nutritious. It's not like some kind of cheap junk. There's absolutely no chemicals anymore whatsoever. It's pure ingredients, I told him, how do you offer this? And he said, yeah, I make an offering once a week, what can I do? Once a week we make a big offering for Jagannath, and the rest of the week we are producing like nuts. I mean, this goes into thousands, This is not just some bags they go around and sell. This is pallets, tracks of this, in 10 years he developed such a saint that, actually he said, this is just for common people, but he developed, he actually delivers to jails, hospitals, to big institutions, which buy things like this in huge sacks, not small packaging like this, and they add it even to their soup, something like that, because of the nutrition and because of that. So they use it even as a supplement. Whatever works. But of course, in their own private sink, I never saw anybody in the village actually eating this. They cook their own sink, and you can't imagine what they cook. That community is, he looks like he is really in a high state of pregnancy, but he is just, that's not him. Everybody is like, they really don't starve. They are constantly visiting each other, inviting each other, eating together all the time. Even 9 o'clock at night. Must be 9 o'clock at night, we have a feast here. We had some birthday party. Just the evening meal, it's just, if I would eat like this with them for 1 week, I would die. So, yeah. It's called Vaishya. Vaishya is either eating or feeding others. That's generally what it is. So, it's this kind of, there are not many places in Europe I met like this. I told them, you think you are kind of lost here in these hills, and nobody cares here, there are no visitors, hardly nothing. But you are kind of, don't worry, they are all lost somewhere. There's no community like this so far I know in Europe. Coming out of nothing. There's just one man telling his prasadam distribution. Like the building he bought, he said, I would never do that. You have to take a loan. That's it. He said, for me, I don't need this. I have my business, maintaining my family, fine. But what about the devotees here? Because they cannot get any job. They are like this. So it's the same problem. The land is cheap. You can get a house fully functionable for 16,000 euros. Okay? In Denmark, I think there are also places like that. For 16,000 euros, you can buy yourself a house. But the next time you could get some job is 60 kilometers away. And that's very good. It's close. Otherwise, what do you want to do? The land also relatively cheap. So if you want to have that, then you have to also... But the direction there is right. They always think about this. Okay, what about if our customer circle is collapsing? Because it's still kind of a little bit deluxe article, It's not like, it's like people are dying for this, really. They like this. Especially because it's not coming from a shopping center. It's coming really down now, really no more shop. We have enough of this. It's surrounded the cities with shopping centers you cannot imagine. Fields here in Copenhagen, such a thing, in a town size of Aalborg, they have 6 of them. And they are empty too. I don't know what these people think, to build such a thing. And it's getting already empty. It's already closing down. People are tired of this. It's becoming more and more popular to have your garden again. Like in the communistic days, everybody had a little garden and grow your own salad and grow your own thing. And the Buddhists are benefiting from it. Otherwise, I can't run a business. I saw what he's doing. Completely normal, like these milk boxes here. Then you put some tomato and some carrot and some, farmer's boxes. And deliver it in the evening at the door. They pay double the price for that, like in the shop. Not just because you are delivering, but because they think this is coming from a real farmer, a real thing. So, yeah. It's a nice example, but it's in a very early stage. Very early stage.
The advantage of these villages is you can easily buy some land, huh? It's easy to get some more land, some more buildings.
And now they go for one thing. Nobody was even agreeing on that. but they want to be in a local council, county council. There's one project in America which started like this, Amateur was nothing. It was like the backyard of this country. Why Amateur?
This in the end Czech, was it just gradually devotees just moved
On
closer?
their own cause. Nobody told them to do it. Like I said, it's a city devotee. This is not people who grew up in the countryside. So for them it's tough, it's revolutionary. And they had already their flops. One devotee came and said, I will build my house here. So he collected junk wood and built himself a house. Of course, even he'll not eat this, that's for sure. they just, didn't took long. A neighbor made immediately a phone call. He said, there's a madman next to me. He built himself a house from wood pallets, some wood junk wood. Then inspection came and they said, well, what is this? And he said, this is my house. And they said, but it's falling down. And he said, yeah, it is a little bit falling down, I agree, but it's my house. And they said, well, sorry, it cannot be a house because it's not a house. So they had to tear the whole thing down and, such a flops comes, when one is over-enthusiastic with no brain involved. Anyway, so there are things like that. Just nice devotees developing some initiative, doing something. And they are not on a level even to make a big advertisement, but they don't want it even. They said, from the customer circle we have approximately 400 to 500 people who are always asking us, and where are you living? You want to go and look at it. But we don't have too much to show them, but if we have a temple here. This garage where the car was standing, that's bought also by a devotee. That's where they kept the fire brigade tools for the village. There's a fire brigade place. So he's reconstructing the top floor as a flat, and the garage underneath he wants to turn into a theatre, because he's a professional actor. So they want to make a whole tour. People come to the village and they go to the temple, and then there's a theatre performance, and things like that. But this is coming from along their nature. Therefore it is a chance to survive, because actually it's their nature to do this. They don't have to learn it; they know it.
So they practically took over the police station, the bar, and the fire brigade. And the rest of the buildings in the village were anyway empty, because young people move out from such a location. So, and then they are bought by the city people as a weekend house. And they don't come in the winter. So it's just devotees shopping. You go on a street, whoever you meet is Haribo and Jaya and this and that, and there's a devotee driving a compost, he just gets from another devotee, and then the devotee gets over and say, hey, I have to visit my grandmother, she is sick, can you take care of my kid? Yeah, just leave him here. There's such a strength, especially when you have this feminine life. It's because it's like village. So if one mother goes nuts, the other mother just takes over. So what? She has already 2 kids. If she has 4, it doesn't matter. This is like in India, what they do. And in these villages in the old days, for children, there was no limits. Like eating was completely normal. You never knew how many kids are going to sit at lunch at your table. It was a rule. I lived in a village like this for 10 years in Czech Republic. It's not a long time ago. The old people, my daughter was small. Come in. You want to watch the chickens? Come in. They go for it, especially these old people, they have nothing there. They just sit there in pendulum years. They are so happy when they get some kid coming in a kitchen. So this is village life, When you add it to, again there's not like in the evening somebody dying to go to the article, to the Bhagavad Gita lecture, but they come completely on their own. And basically it's lots about chanting. lecture, the kids will terminate the lecture very quickly. So, it's in a momentum there, growing like this. I wish them good luck because we need examples like this. Whereas the people want to go. You know what cities can do to people, you see it every day. It's a one big slaughterhouse out there. Especially for the children.
And when the economy breaks down,
That's
everybody will go to this countryside.
That's on top of that. And there, you don't have some Muslim kids selling drugs around the corner. They know exactly, if something will do something strange. That's another thing about the village. There's a fear social system. Everybody knows what everyone is doing. Okay.
Jai.